phone. Do you remember when he called you and kind of being surprised it was him?
Yeah, it just popped up as a Georgia number, and I wasn't sure who it was going to be, so it was an exciting call.
Did Nauta and Luke Ford leading, did some of that weigh into your decision to come to Georgia? Was just an opportunity?
Oh yeah, realistically, yeah, there was a position of need, and Charlie and Fitz are both great tight ends, and I felt like I could help the team along with those guys. And the tight end room here is great. Brett, Rylan Goody, and the walk-ons. Everybody's really talented here. So I'm excited for the season.
What is that competition like with all of those, like Charlie and everybody? What's that?
It's awesome. We all push each other, and very mature tight end room. So we get the most out of practice and meetings, and we all help each other out.
How many schools ultimately contacted you once your name was in the portal?
I couldn't put a number on it. There was a good amount, and it got to the point where I just kind of started doing things through email and text because I was realistically not wanting to talk on the phone with all those coaches. But it was a humbling experience, and it was exciting to see that though.
It's like recruiting again, huh?
Well, I didn't get recruited much out of high school, so it was kind of exciting, kind of unreal there for a little bit.
What about academically? Was there something in particular? What do you graduate pursuits?
I'm doing sports management here. I'm excited for that. I got my degree in business at the University of Tennessee, and Georgia has great academics here, so I'm really excited to get that on my resume too.
How hard was it to stay in football shape with a trainer versus going through spring drills? I know that had to be a concern, not going through spring coming in.
Yeah, I actually have a good buddy now named Devin Driscoll, so I'll shout out Devin. He kept me in shape, and it was actually awesome, a great experience for me working with him. He's a great guy, and I look at him as a really good friend now.
How intense was it? I mean, how many days a week were we talking to try and measure up to what these guys were doing?
Yeah, for sure. I was going 5 times a week, Monday through Friday, because I knew once I got here, everybody had already been going through spring ball, and I was going to be a little bit behind physically, so I made sure that I was doing everything I could.
Are these shorts left over from Tennessee? They're kind of
No, these are actually high school shorts. Yeah, we were the Mr. Wildcats, so orange and black.
Are you? So I know you want to be politically correct and everything. You've got friends on both sides of this rivalry, but it is an SEC East rivalry. I'm just wondering, from an objectivity standpoint, can you kind of tell a difference that Georgia's kind of in a national top 5 position right now, where Tennessee seems to be in a little bit of a rebuilding patch?
Well, you're exactly right. I'm going to be politically correct here. I'm not going to get into comparisons. I have a lot of friends, and Tennessee did a lot for me. So I'm just going to say I'm excited to be with Georgia here, and I'm excited for the season.
Do you think so? There's going to come a time here in a few weeks you're going to have to block some guys you probably know really, really well over there. Is it possible advantages to that? Just kind of knowing some guys' tendencies over there.
They know me, and I know them, so they know my tendencies. So I'm excited, and it's going to be all business during the game, but afterwards it'll be good to see those guys.
What's been your favorite part so far about Athens?
Well, it's been football since I've got here, so I really don't know much else. I haven't had a chance to really get around. I still have to plug in my GPS everywhere because I don't even know the area that well. It's been home to the Westmere Center here, so but football, it's been great. It's a football town. Everybody loves football. I like the food though. Food's really good.
You anticipate it being kind of odd having to go back to Neyland Stadium? I mean, it's kind of weird. You're here for 1 year, and you're still going to have to go back and get a chance to play there. You've been involved for a long time. I mean, is that going to be kind of emotional for you, maybe?
I really can't tell you until it happens. I'm not too focused on that right now. I'm focused on Vanderbilt the first game. But when the time comes, I think I can't tell you how it's going to be.
What do you think some of your
skills from high
strengths as a
school
player
kick in?
is? I'm sorry.
Yeah. How much of those, you were a receiver in high school and you set some records there. How much does that kick into playing tight end, and have you learned to embrace the blocking part of being a tight end?
Yeah, blocking was something I had to learn that first day at Tennessee when I was 205 pounds. So I had to put on the weight, and but the receiving part is the big upside. A lot of guys come in already knowing how to block. I already knew how to run routes, so it's kind of give and take there. All my coaches through my whole career have done a great job of transitioning me to that and teaching me the fundamentals of blocking and putting on the weight and strength. So I embrace the fact that route running is one of my strengths, but also embrace the fact that I can stick my nose in there.
Judging like Jake Fromm from afar and now you get to work with him, what was your kind of impressions when you were at Tennessee and now that you get to work with him?
Stand-up guy, all-American kid, super smart, knows how to manage an offense, just exactly what you want out of your quarterback. He's a great dude.
Without, I mean, obviously you don't want to get into comparisons, but the fact that Georgia did have kind of a rising junior at quarterback, a guy that's been really successful, did that factor into your decision at all to come here and play?
I'll say this, Jarrett's a very talented quarterback, and I hope he has a great future. I wouldn't say it factored in much to me. He's a good friend, and I wish him the best.
What's it like balancing knowing that you're one of the older, more veteran guys in this room, but it is your first year in Athens?
Just got to take a mature approach towards it. A lot of guys, even though I just got here, are kind of watching for me to set an example, and I have to set an example for them. I have to learn a lot of new things, but people expect you to know it. So there's a very high standard, and I'm happy. I want to be held to a high standard.
How long did it take y'all for them to recruit you to here, for lack of a better term? I know we've been talking about this a lot, but was it sort of between Christmas and New Year's, or when did you know for sure that this was where you wanted to wind up?
Until I entered my name in the portal, I didn't know anything.
Right, I'm talking about after that.
There was a point where I think all my options finally got on the table, and I just sat down, had a long talk with my parents because they're really involved with this, and said, "Here's my top three. What's the best option now?" And Georgia was the best fit for me, and Coach Hartley, the tight ends coach here, is a great guy. And
does he have an off switch?
Yeah, he can turn it off, but you don't really want a guy that turns it off on the field. You need him all the time. So that was ultimately the final decision. Is Georgia was just the best fit.
And Todd helped out with that.
Yes, absolutely.
You might have already been asked this. What's the culture difference here in terms of this football program versus obviously Pruitt's also a guy with Bama ties and Butch Jones. You played under him.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into comparing the two programs. I have high respect for University of Tennessee, Coach Pruitt, and all his staff. So I'm not going to get into comparison.
What about the Vandy game? I know Tennessee had some tough games against Vanderbilt. Is that a game you're looking forward to?
I'm focused on the Vandy game here at Georgia, so it's our first game, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Was there ever a time, whether it's talking with your brother or talking with your parents, whatever, that you're considering Georgia and it's kind of like, ooh, Georgia, I mean, all those games, all those, you were a part of them, he was a part of them. Was there ever kind of a pullback there in that regard?
He said, you do what's best for you, but when it comes time Georgia and Tennessee play each other, he's like, I'm rooting for the Vols. So he hopes that I do well that game, but I think he's still sticking with his alma mater. So
I did want to ask real quick too, when Josh hit that ball, were you on the field or were you on the sideline? The Hail Mary?
Yeah, I was on the sideline.
What happened from your perspective?
I mean, exactly what you saw. It was an exciting moment, but it's in the past now. So
I realize that.
Yeah, it's kind of you put me in a tough spot right now.
Well, it's a very rare thing to see a game end like that. Did you think that it was over when Tennessee got the ball that close to the field, or what was Josh like going into that moment? Can you recall?
I can't remember details. It just like everybody else, it happened so fast, it took your breath away. So I can't give you specifics. Sorry.
I know you and